It's a big-time Sunday night football matchup, the Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco 49ers. If you want the Cowboys to beat the Niners, then you must like today's video. The numbers don't lie. The more likes we get, the more likely it is for the Cowboys to beat San Francisco. So like the video if you haven't already done so. Cowboys on the road against the 49ers. They are a 3.5-point underdog, which I think is about right. The Niners are 4-0. They're undefeated. I don't think there's been a better-looking team in each of the first 4 games this season than San Francisco. They're a very quality football team. And both of these teams, as it turns out, are very, very good at scoring points and stopping teams from scoring points. The Cowboys are 4th in the NFL in points per game, 31 flat. The Niners are 31.3, so you're talking, 0.3 points per game. You're talking 2 points. Like, that's it. Very, very similar numbers there. Both these defenses are fantastic. It's tied for 3rd points per game for the Niners. Number 1 for the Cowboys. Again, this is also entering the Monday Night Football game on Week 4. So these are 2 of the best teams in the NFC who have a great measuring stick game coming up. The Cowboys are 3-1. They blew out the Jets, blew out the Giants, blew out the Patriots, lost a clunker against Arizona. How good are they? It's weird. There hasn't been that much of normal football. Like blowout. You were also down 3 of your offensive line. I think the Cowboys have had 14 dropbacks in non-garbage time, one way or the other scenarios, with 4 or more starting offensive linemen out there. That 80% win probability or better, or less than. So you're not a clear that's you haven't had those chances. You haven't seen a normal game for Dallas because it's either been no offensive line and a bad loss or a blowout win. Well, we'll see that against San Francisco, I promise you. They are 4-0. Blew out Pittsburgh. Nice win against LA. Not the most clean win against the Giants. It was kind of a sloppy Thursday night game. And took care of business against the team that you did not beat in the Arizona Cardinals. It is going to be a fantastic matchup. Now, injury news and notes to come. But first, my guy Chase Sr., who I love, is both the host of our Niners channel and our Eagles channel. So there's no better time than to flood the comment section with some F chases right now. Whoever does it the most on today's show, you can hit the pinned comment if that's easiest for you, or anywhere in the comment section. The ad's going to come here, so take advantage of it and flood it. Most individual comments saying F Chase will get a shout out on an upcoming show. All right, injury news and notes here. Rico Dowdle, hip contusion against the Patriots. Chance to play, could miss some time. I think we'll know by Saturday if Dowdle will play or not, because the Cowboys would likely promote Malik Davis from the practice squad. Tyron Smith has missed the last 2 games with a knee injury, and I am desperately hoping he plays. We have not seen the Cowboys have their starting offensive line together since the 2021 NFL. It's been almost 2 years now. We're at 1 year and 4 months away from being to the 2-year mark. They haven't been healthy. I need Tyron Smith out there because I don't want to face Nick Bosa with Chuma Edoga. We want shots downfield. You ain't going to get them with Bosa against Edoga. It's just not going to happen. Hopefully, Zack Martin is also able to play. He left the game against the Patriots with an allegedly bruised quad. The Cowboys have raised no concerns about him being able to play. They did the exact same thing against the Cardinals. Then he did not play with an ankle injury. So hopefully he's out there. It would be really cool if the Cowboys had their starting offensive line healthy and together and playing. Hasn't happened. We have yet to see Tyron, Tyler, Zack, and Terrence all together. We've never seen that group out there. Playing against a great 49ers defense would be a fantastic time to actually make that happen. Now, today's show is sponsored by PrizePicks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. It's just you against the numbers. Instead of battling thousands of other players, including pros and sharks, you just pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you watch the winnings roll in. You can make your picks and submit an entry in less than 60 seconds. Turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. And just in case you're like me this past week and your picks didn't quite come to fruition, you did get Dak Prescott more than, but the Zeke and Micah Parsons sack numbers did not end up hitting. They're giving you a $100 deposit match. I should say first deposit match up to $100 by going to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for that first deposit match up to $100. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. Again, that is prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Keys to victory. Number one, walk the walk. The Cowboys have done a great job, as good teams do, of beating lesser opponents for the most part. This should be viewed as a playoff game, even though it's in October. You're playing a team you'll probably have to beat to make it to at least the NFC Championship game or beyond, which you haven't done in too damn long. The Cowboys can say all the right things. And Dak Prescott was asked after the Patriots win, what was the feeling like after you lost to the Niners last time? He's like, it's obvious. We're so far past that, to be honest with you, it's obvious. You just want to piss me off going into this week, and I appreciate that. I do, actually. I do. I appreciate it. You know what? I love the answer. Now back it up. All right? This is a measuring stick game because the reality is the 49ers have owned the Cowboys. It's how it's gone for 2 years in a row now. Yeah, you have a really good season, a chance to be a top 4 team, and you come up short. Can't do it again. Yeah, this is a confidence-building game if you can win. So go win. It's not going to be easy, but you have to back it up, or else the front-runner accusations shall remain. That's on both sides of the ball. So you got winning. C for the Cowboys, 4 for the 49ers. Go vote in the comments section. Number 2 victory. How about your defense stays hot? I.e., don't play like you did against Arizona, right? Tough matchup for you. The Niners can do a lot of the things that the Cardinals did against you, and they have better talent across the board at every single spot. So that's kind of concerning. Christian McCaffrey this year, heavy workload, has 7 touchdowns so far this season. He's been dynamite, matching all the expectations you could ever have for him. He's been fantastic this season. And Brock Purdy, who will still have the chaos moments in his game of he gets to know with them a lot more because it's Shanahan's offense of what are you doing? Just crazy moments that sometimes work, sometimes don't. Has avoided those so far this year. He's been really sharp too. He's accurate, does some good jobs in the field. He'll miss some throws, don't get me wrong. Not the same physical talent of other quarterbacks you'll face, but it's Mac Jones upgrade button a bunch. But now you got Shanahan and great supporting cast. Your defense has to have its A game or you're not going to beat San Francisco. And we will be live for this game. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out. We'll be live an hour 20 before kickoff. Have some fun. Hopefully have a Cowboys win to celebrate as well. Hit that sub button right now. I think we all knew number 3 would be on here, right? Your quarterback has to be better against San Francisco. When people say when people are upset about the way Dak's played in the playoffs, what they're actually saying is they don't like how he's played against the 49ers. Dak's played 6 playoff games. They haven't won all of them, obviously. They're 0-2 against the 49ers. Look at the stark difference in the way these two comparisons are here. The Niners and the other 4 games. 57.5 completion rate, that's bad, against a great 66.9. That's awesome numbers in the regular season, let alone in the playoffs. The passing yards, 5.8 yards per attempt versus 8.1. Rushing yards, actually kind of similar, but 3 TDs and 3 interceptions against 12-2. The Niners have had your number. And there are other reasons that are part of this. You have to consider that part as well. We'll get to some of that stuff here in a little bit. But your quarterback has not played well enough in the biggest two games of the last 2 years against the 49ers. Build some confidence. Show you can beat this style of Niners defense that has given this entire team problems for 2 years now. So what is your confidence level in Dak Prescott against 49ers? By the way, this obviously means do well in the red zone, if that wasn't clear already. Scale it for me from 1 to 10 in the comments right now. You'll see the phrase, it's tough to win games if you do this. Tough to win games when your quarterback plays that bad. It's also tough to win games when your ground game has done this the past 2 times against San Francisco. 16 carries, 45 yards for a 2.8 average, a long of 9. 2022, 16 carries, 48 yards, an average of 3, a long of 10. Those are the running back numbers. That doesn't include Zack helping out or Dak helping on the ground or some CeeDee Lamb plays. When you gave the ball to the running back, it has been bad against San Francisco. And the offensive line gets blamed for that. There were not a bunch of holes out there. Tony Pollard got hurt, and then you were down to Lamb and no, really playmakers out there on offense. The Niners game plan is probably going to be pretty similar. Have 2 guys back deep. They'll do some soft shell coverages, and they'll make you win on the ground. And it's hard to win games against great football teams. You can do it against lesser competition if quarterback balls out, right? If that quarterback balls out, you can still win too. But it's much harder to win football games when opposing teams dare you to run and you can't. That makes it hard. So the Cowboys, they're going to get chances to run the football. Do it and convert in the red zone. All right, put the score for me of the Cowboys against the 49ers. I will do my prediction on our second preview later in the week because I really want to see if Tyron Smith can play or not. Number 5, no more penalty boys. This has also been a problem the last 2 years against San Francisco. All of these things have been issues, right? 2021, they had 14 penalties. There were 89 yards worth there. That does not include the yardage lost because he took away some big gains. The Niners had 9 for 58. 30-plus yards. That's like half a drive, right? Not including the yards you would have gained had there not been a flag. 2022, again, double the flags. 7 for 50, 3 for 30. It's really hard, especially with this offense not taking shots downfield, to win games with a bunch of flags. You're setting yourself up for failure over and over again if you do that. So avoid the flags and type flags in the comments section to bully Dallas into making fewer of those back-breaking mistakes. Do it right now in the comment section.